Hi everyone, it's 6:48 in Doha, and today is the 14th day of November 2018, and I am making this video to share testimony. A long time ago, I received Pastor John Obodoruku's number from a very good friend of mine, but I refused to give him a call. Not for any reason, but I just didn't deem it fit to give him a call. A few days back, I started having this feeling that Pastor John is expecting me to call him. I don't know why. I kept having that feeling, but I still did not call. However, I gave the number to my sister-in-law. And on the 12th of November 2018, on the day the testimony happened, I was preparing myself to go to the hospital with my wife, who was complaining of a tummy pain. So on that evening, it was around 6 p.m. She was back from work. I told her we could go to the hospital at once, but she said I should have to wait and eat before we get to the hospital. I decided not to argue that. I waited to eat. So at that time, I didn't even know that my sister-in-law was calling Pastor John Obodoruku. So after she finished with the call, she came out to the sitting room and she called my wife and told my wife everything that they discussed. And Pastor John actually asked my sister-in-law if there is a lady around her putting on a blue and red dress. And my sister-in-law said yes, because my wife was actually putting on a blue and red dress. So Pastor John Obodoruku now told my sister-in-law that he could see a cut on her belly, and that probably she's going in for an operation, and that if she goes in for that operation, she might not come out alive. That's an arrow that was sent to kill her. So at that point in time, he said we should get an anointing oil, and actually we didn't have an anointing oil in the house, so we had to drive out to get an anointing oil, and we came back, and he actually prayed over the anointing oil and asked my wife to take some of the anointing oil, and which she did. After a couple of hours, my wife ran to me and she told me I should touch her tummy. You know, she was like amazed and told me that I should touch her tummy, and I did. And I noticed a movement in her tummy, and something strong was there. So after that, the next day, we called the pastor. The next day, being the 13th, that's yesterday, we called Pastor John Obodoruku, who confirmed that the movement she felt in her tummy is a sign that was an arrow sent to kill her by probably our enemies. So, and he laughed at me and told me that that's how I would have been a widower. So it's indeed a testimony. It's a miracle. God saved my wife and God saved me, because it would have been a very different story. So I call on everybody listening to this video right now to help me thank God, and I give God all the glory. Thank you.